Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Hope you all are fine. Today I have a very special story to share with you. It is the story of a man who used to be a black magician, who used to harm people with his evil arrows and devils. This is a true story that he himself shared. It is a story that will shock you and touch your heart. It is a story that will show you the mercy and guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had grown up in the shadows of the old city graveyard, where his father and grandfather practiced their dark and sinister trade. He was a black magician who used arrows and devils to harm people for money. He had no other choice or source of income, and he had become skilled and successful in his craft. He had learned the secrets of black magic from his father, who had forced him into this business when he was only 19. He had completed his graduation, but he had no hope of pursuing any other career. He had to carry on the family legacy, even if it meant dealing with evil forces and causing miseries to others. He had seen and done many terrible things in his life. He had made fights between husband and wife, made someone ill, or possessed anyone with devils. This was his business, and he had many customers who paid him well for his services. He had no remorse or conscience, only greed and ambition. He had also mastered the art of Vashikaran, which was a part of Indian astrology. It was a technique of using arrows and mantras to gain control of someone, a situation, a person's soul, etc. He had used this method to manipulate people's minds and hearts, to make them love or hate someone, to make them do his bidding or suffer his wrath. One day, a man came to him and asked him to do black magic on another man who was a Muslim. He didn't know the reason or the motive, but he agreed to take the job. He prepared everything for the ritual and gathered all the materials he needed. He was confident that he could make the target suffer or die with his magic. He went to the graveyard where he performed his black magic, and he started shooting arrows at the man's name and the picture. But nothing happened. The arrows bounced back or vanished in thin air. He tried again and again, but to no avail. He had done black magic on many Muslims before, but this man was unaffected by his spells. He had never failed in his life, but this was his job, and he did it with passion. He was furious and frustrated because he was failing every time. He had everything he needed, but still he failed. He was shocked and curious too. He wanted to meet that person. He told the man who hired him that he needed to meet the target somehow. He got his address and made a plan to meet him. He went to his house and introduced himself as a student of comparative religion. He asked him some questions about Islam. He asked him about black magic and its prevention. The man was a practicing Muslim, and he told him something about dhikr of morning and evening. His words were like morning and evening adhkar is a shield against all kinds of evils, and he was absolutely stunned. He was stunned because when he used to shoot arrows or send devils, there was some kind of shield around the man that wouldn't let his magic work on him. It was as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was protecting him from all harm. He realized that Islam was the true religion and that black magic was a sin that would lead him to hellfire. He researched more about Islam, and from that his life changed. He accepted Islam a year ago, and Alhamdulillah, he found so much peace. He abandoned his black magic business and repented for his sins. He started praying 5 times a day, reading the Quran, fasting in Ramadan, giving charity and spreading the message of Islam. He felt guilty for who he was, but he hoped that Allah would forgive him for what he did. This is the end of the video, my dear brothers and sisters. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned something from it. I hope you realized the power and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the danger of fertility of black magic. I hope you will increase your dhikr and protect yourself from all kinds of evils. I hope you will share this video with your friends and family and spread the message of Islam. Thank you so much for watching, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and guide you.